Big Mom kills Queen. One Piece chapter 945. Man, oh man, did I not say that Act 2 was heating up. It all started with the death of Yasui, the execution, last chapter with the killer twist, and the brawl that is pretty much the beginning was last chapter, and this chapter it was the middle of it. A straight out brawl, everyone's fighting, so many different cool matchups. We see a match with Hawkins and Law, we see a match with Zoro and Kyoshiro, we see a match with Sanji and X-Drake, and all these matchups are powerful fighters in it, so I'm so happy right now as a One Piece fan, and I think everyone else should be happy as a One Piece fan. But let's be honest, at the end of the chapter was the highlight of the chapter. We cannot deny it. The power of an emperor. And it's funny because every single time we see the power of an emperor, like their feats, like a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, or even a year later, we'll forget about that feat and we'll start disrespecting the Yonkos. But these Yonkos keep on coming back and showing that these guys are not to be laughed at. The last time we saw Big Mom in a crazy interaction, that was King, a top calamity. And many people were talking trash about Big Mom. She lost to a king. She lost to a top young commander. What is that? That's disrespectful. Well, this chapter kind of had Big Mom shutting up everybody. And I was one of the people who were defending Big Mom in that situation. So I feel like, okay, finally Big Mom shut everybody up at this moment. But definitely want to say, it was a battle of queens, yo. One character name was Queen, and one character is an actual queen of Whole Cake Island. Definitely want to say the hype was real in this chapter. So I'm excited to talk about it. So let's just get to it. The lasagna is right here for the taking. And I'm trying to feast. So like I said, Queen versus Big Mom. Man, oh man, who would have thought a fight over food with an old lady and a big boy would be so entertaining, so fun to see. A big old dinosaur. Definitely want to say the Oshiriku is the real MVP of this actual moment. But I definitely want to say the man started transforming while he was arguing with Big Mom. Like, he's actually transforming, so he knows what's about to happen, yo. He knows the hand's about to be thrown, and I loved it, yo. Queen is definitely one of the best personalities I've seen when it comes to the top Yonko commanders. I have to respect him. Regardless of what happened in this chapter, he did not show any fear to Big Mom. He showed shock, just like Luffy showed shock, but he did not show fear, and that's something that we've seen from King, we've seen from Queen, and we've seen from Jack. All three of these characters have not shown fear yet, and I gotta say, that is something respectful from these top young commanders. And I also want to say this. Like I said, he started transforming, and I was like, what is this guy transforming to? Everyone's saying he's a scorpion, and the shock was real. What he transformed into, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But Luffy's kind of funny in this situation because he's kind of looking out for Kid and Killer. He's like, why you guys are arguing? Can you guys take out those guys from the water? Like, he's looking out for his fellow First Generation members, Kid and Killer. And definitely want to say, I like that. I like it. They gotta team up against Kaido, because I'm not gonna lie, some of these First Generation members that are teaming against us, like X-Drake and Hawkins, even though I think they're cool characters, badass characters, the fact they're going against us, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, come on, dog, we gotta team up and take out these emperors, not be under these emperors, be soft like that. But yeah, Queen says it's a fight pretty much. It's not an argument, we're actually about to fight. His top dogs even warned him. And I think one of the top headliners is like, yo, don't get in the way of Big Mom when it comes to food. And he's like, he does not care, yo. He's like, all the Oshiriku is mine. You're not gonna get an old hag. He's talking trash to Big Mom. We saw the last guy talk trash to Big Mom was broke, yo. I definitely want to say, Queen got his head to the ground, to the canvas, and then everyone was typing an F for Queen, like R.I.P. for Queen. I definitely want to say, some people are calling him Lean or something like that. I'll tell you guys right now, this whole situation of every character who gets pretty much slapped, taking it out, you gotta understand there's context to all this. And Queen, we all knew that Queen was around the same level as Luffy. Luffy most likely was stronger than Queen a little bit. I feel like they're on the same level, honestly. Queen, characters like Queen, Luffy, Katakuri, those guys are just around, King, they're on the same level, honestly. They're just not emperors, yo. And emperors will one-shot these guys if they truly want to. Now, do I think Queen is one-shot? That's the big question that a lot of people are asking me. No, I do not think Queen is one shot. I actually think that Queen, if there's any character who can get up from an Emperor attack, it has to be an Ancient Zoan, because we know their durability is better than other characters. So, but I do think that he felt that damage. And if he is one shot, I wouldn't be surprised. It's an Emperor, so we saw Luffy who got one shot by Kaido. But I do think that Queen might get up and might be feeling the pain, but he won't be, of course, down. If he doesn't get loaded by Big Mom, though, that's not a problem to me. But I just personally don't think that he's down right now, because at the end of the chapter they would have pretty much highlighted Queen. Big Mom took down Queen, more like they highlighted a clash in a sense, even though it really wasn't a clash. Big Mom just dashed and took him down. So Definitely want to say break next week kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but oh my gosh, Big Mom versus Queen. Yo, some people were saying that Queen was dead after that attack. No, Queen is not dead, yo. Especially in One Piece, Big Mom did not kill Queen, as he's on the title. I had to talk about that because people were telling me that. I'm like, no. And of course, the fact that Big Mom destroyed Queen in this chapter, it was kind of overshadowed, but I had to talk about it. Queen's fruit ability was revealed. It was revealed in this chapter. He's a Brachiosaurus, and it's Brachiosaurus is kind of like, you've seen it in Littlefoot, like an Apatosaurus. That's what Littlefoot is. It's kind of a smaller version of the Brachiosaurus. And of course, the Brontosaurus, that also is a dinosaur. These are all from Jurassic Park, to be honest. But shout out to the Raptors, Jurassic Park, game for it tonight. But still, when it comes to Queen, he is the largest of that kind of group. So and dinosaurs in general, he's one of the largest, if not the largest, when it comes to dinosaurs. So of course, those kind of dinosaurs don't seem ferocious like X-Ray's kind of dinosaur or Page One's kind of dinosaur. Let's be honest, the Flying Six dinosaurs look more ferocious than Queen's dinosaur, even though Queen's above them. So that's something to talk about. Even Pterodon, you notice that Queen, King, and Jack, all their creatures, the mammoth, the Pterodon, and the Brachiosaurus, they're all large animals, but they don't really seem the most ferocious. I feel like once we see their hybrid forms, we will be in shock and awe. And I feel like they probably all awaken. I feel like all top 3 awaken, and that's gonna be the thing that makes them a different level compared to the other ancient zones. But still, definitely want to say Queen's powers, I think they're cool. Honestly, Kaido has his own Jurassic Park. Me personally, I just want to see a meteor come out of nowhere randomly when Pterodon and of course Queen is together, Queen and King are together, and X-Drake's there. Maybe Page One is reeling from it, and we see another dinosaur, and then I don't know, a meteor comes down on them, and Kaido's looking at his dinosaur group get destroyed by meteors by Fujitora. That would be hilarious because of the whole meteor dinosaur extinction. You know what I'm talking about. Now, of course, we have to talk about Zoro versus Kyoshiro. This was the clash that was last chapter. In this chapter, it got brought back again. We see Kyoshiro telling Zoro to give it up Ronin. You guys all know Ronin is pretty much a wandering samurai with no leader, no boss. That's what Zoro is to him. But of course, Zoro's boss is Monkey D. Luffy. He's locked up. They won't let him out, of course. But Kyoshiro is, when he's smirking, when Zoro asks, who is this guy? And Kyoshiro is smirking. I just want to say, Kyoshiro, power-wise, he gets my respect because we see his underlings shocked that Zoro is able to even keep up with Kyoshiro, just showcasing that his power is a respectable power in the actual Wano. I definitely want to say Zoro is injured, so you see him huff. He's tired a little bit in the actual panels. It's to be expected. He's injured from the Kamazo battle, yo. And he even said in the actual battle, after the battle, he's like, man, I got injured before the final war. He got pissed off about that. So just want to say Zoro is not 100%. And this is the pre-time skip Zoro that we all know and love. When he gets injured before battles, yo, that's the Zoro we know. Before post-time skip, he was always clean after every fight, but now he's getting touched up, and it's what an arc to get touched up in Wano. So just want to say Orochi yelling like a loser with an OP fruit ability. He has mythical zone, so I'm assuming it's OP, but come on, dog, you're getting lifted, carried. Like, I feel like there's anyone that needs that mythical zone, it should not be Orochi, because he's doing it dirty right now. And another battle, I talked about Zoro versus Kyoshiro, X-Drake versus Sanji. And I'm loving this battle, honestly, because X-Drake, to me personally, I've always said that X-Drake's a top First Generation member. I've always said that. He's a former Rear Admiral. He also was able to stop Killer and Aruj back in the day while being in his human form. He was able to damage and make a pacifista bleed back in Sabaody. Definitely, I've always respected X-Drake, and he seems like he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. But the thing is, and he's Ancient Zone, and Ancient Zone is always hype. But the thing with X-Drake is, in this chapter, he was doing some battle genius stuff that I like. He used some sort of boxing technique in a sense where he throws a feint, and the feint is when you throw a punch that's not really the punch you want to throw. It's just you want the person that you are fighting to react to it so you get an opening with your other hook. We see that with this when he's trying to chomp Sanji, but it really was a feint, and his tail comes out of nowhere and hits Sanji. And that's something that we always got to talk about, because X-Drake, a lot of people say that how can he fight in this big dinosaur form? Like, is he just going to bite people, or is he just going to, like, what is he going to do with his arms? He can't even move them, but his tail is the lethal weapon that he's using, and I respect that. Now, of course, Sanji takes the hit, and he seemingly is not taking a lot of damage from the hit, so that's something cool about Sanji, not taking a lot of damage. His leg is on fire before X-Drake actually hits him, so Diablo Jumbo, of course. X-Drake calls him Vinsmoke, and Sanji's like kind of like pissed off. Don't ever call him by that name. But at the end of the day, some people are telling me that Sanji took an L from this X-Drake hit. No, it's not an L, because Sanji literally is not even like in pain or damage or anything like that. So I definitely want to say, this is not an L to me personally, and Sanji's not in his full power, yo. Once Sanji gets into his raid suit and X-Drake goes into his hybrid form, that's when the serious battle will actually take place. And the final battle I want to talk about that was of mere importance is the Law versus Hawkins stuff. Oh my gosh. If there's any Worst Generation member that has always been hyped up that I thought, damn, this guy actually is coming through, it's Hawkins, yo. We saw it early in Wano when he was going up against Luffy and Zoro. The attacks he was doing, the nails, the sea stone, like there's so many things that Hawkins been doing, yo. He had the durability of Hawkins, the fact that he can like, you can hit him all you want, but he's not gonna take any damage. And I'd never thought about this, but man, Hawkins is OP and he's a battle genius himself, using Law's own crewmates as his own subordinate soldiers when it comes to taking damage for him. Law can't hit Hawkins because if he hits Hawkins, his crewmates are going to feel the damage. This is some scumbag level stuff, but Hawkins is a genius and some things you always see in actual moments in anime and manga. Why didn't this character do this? Why didn't this character do this? Hawkins is doing anything he can to get the upper hand, and I respect it, even though I'm thinking that, man, yo, Hawkins, I really don't rate you, but I have to rate you, man. You're doing some work right now. And I gotta go back to the Big Mom stuff, because when she came into prison Udon, she broke down, I think, a couple of steel gates, and you see the underlings are like, wow, the only person that can do that is that old hag. That's an old hag, is Big Mom, just hyping her up even to next level extent. She's playing dominoes with the prison gates, so that's impressive. Queen thought that her ship was sunk and he had the NL face, which was hilarious. Luffy thought he was dreaming because she was all the way on Whole Cake Island. He escaped her. Like, what's going on? Why is she here already? And of course, underlings are hyping her up, saying that she's on the same level as Kaido. And a lot of people are like, Big Mom's the weakest Yonko. Big Mom's ain't nothing. She's trash. Well, Kaido's on underlings are saying Big Mom's on the equal level to Kaido and Emperor. I've been saying this all the time. All the Emperors are monsters. You gotta stop disrespecting any Emperor because they are beasts. And we've seen them with the feats they're showing. And we also got a minor moment where we see Ashura. It's really a major moment, but when it comes to fighting, it's a minor moment. But Ashura pretty much is beating up Kinemon for framing him when it comes to burning Atayama Mountain. Of course, Ashura does says that he's going to show Kinemon something, but I wonder what he's going to show. Does it have to do with Denjiro? Because Denjiro has been MIA. A lot of people thought that Kamaza was Denjiro, but he has been MIA. Is he even in Wano? Like, I want to know about this. Some people have been theorizing that it could be Zoro's teacher from the East Blue. Man, oh man, oh man. And a very comedic moment in this chapter is when Zoro protects Komurasaki from these Oniwa Banshu, and when he protects her, Sanji's reaction is priceless. Sanji actually leaves the X-Drake fight to save her, and out of nowhere Zoro saves her, and Zoro is friends with her, and Sanji sees who it is, and he's like, wow, his bounty is less than mine, but he still is able to be friends with her. Like, Sanji and Zoro are always competing, and Sanji, this is a comedic moment when it comes to females. The fact that Zoro has pretty much a W in that factor right now. Sanji's pissed off, because the bounty is the thing that he's gonna put lure under, pretty much flaunt to Zoro. So definitely want to say it's pretty comedic moment. It's pretty funny moment. Don't take it too serious. Some people take this serious. Sanji's always been a comedic moment. He's always had gag moments to keep since his introduction in the One Piece story. So that's why a lot of people love Sanji. So you can't hate on Sanji because he's being like that. That's the reason why a lot of people love him. So that's his character. That's who he is. And the final major thing I want to talk about is the Only One Banshu. Shout out to Gintama, Gintama, because man, oh man, I always think about the Only One Banshu in the Gintama series. And Hawkins, he snitched to the Only One Banshu, saying that the Straw Hat Pirates are these characters. And we see a character use a gun that seemingly has some musical instrument, and they call it ninja art. And Zoro looks at it with kind of perplexed. And is it a comedic moment where Zoro's like, why is she calling ninja art a gun? Like, that's not ninja art. You're just using a gun. Or is he actually looking at it perplexed because maybe it's been tampered with by a fruit ability? We know that's Kanjuro and Kinemon, they use some sort of, they call it ninja art or magic when it comes to, and Shinobu too, when it comes to their fruit abilities. Could this be related to a fruit ability? Maybe Apu actually tampered with the gun and made it musical, because he's one of the few guys who make his instruments actual weapons. So definitely want to say something that I thought was very, very intriguing, even though it was a minor moment in the story. And of course, Big Mom did not show up by herself to Udon prison. She brought Chopper, she brought Okiku, she brought Otama, and she brought Momonosuke. Of course, they are in shock and awe because they're trying to get into the prison, but Big Mom just said, I got this, yo, relax. Otama and Momonosuke, I gotta stay behind, of course, because Momonosuke, he's one of the main people that has to be protected. Okiku hyping up Queen, saying an all-star is here, a calamity is here, so be very, very cautious. And Chopper's like, why do you trust me? Chopper wants no part of this invasion. He wants no part of Big Mom in general, yo, because he faced Big Mom in Hoki Island. So I understand it. You've been traumatized, Chopper. I respect it. And of course, Brook is using his go-to attack, using his soul fruit ability in a sense where his soul comes out of his body. And of course, he's pretty much scaring the low tier Oneo Banshu. It was a very comedic moment. Brook has always been an MVP-like character, He always comes clutch. And of course, a funny moment is when Sanji gives Otoko to Usopp, and he's like, yeah, go worry about that dinosaur, and he's just laughing. No, he's crying and he's running away with a funny reaction. And of course, X Drake is just rampaging on. It's funny seeing Usopp and Sanji interact. We haven't seen that in a long time. Well, we have seen it in this arc, but we haven't seen that because Sanji's been separated for a while. But definitely want to say, when Usopp has a moment in a chapter, I'm always laughing though, because Usopp's my dog. That's pretty much it, yo. In my opinion, this chapter was an amazing chapter. Last chapter and this chapter, both these chapters were bringing Act 2 to a whole nother level. And with Big Mom fighting Queen, oh my gosh, yo. The only person that can stop Big Mom in my opinion right now is Kaido. So Kaido gotta go all the way from his island Onigashima and come through. But that's pretty much it. I love the chapter. Like and share if you enjoy, like and share only if you enjoy. Subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.